Where is holding people back from the life that they truly want to live? Yes, it's overthinking and overanalyzing. In this video, we'll show you exactly how to cope with overthinking and overanalyzing. People overthink every little problem until it becomes bigger and scarier than it actually is. They overthink positive things until they don't look so positive anymore. And as the anxiety starts to build, the happiness that comes from just enjoying something in the moment disappears. Now, thinking things through can be a great thing, of course, but getting lost in a sort of overthinking disorder can result in becoming someone who stands still in life and becoming someone who self-sabotages the good things that happen in life. I know I used to overthink things a lot, and it held me back in ways that weren't fun at all. So let's see the habits that have helped me in a big way to become a simpler and a smarter thinker and to live a happier and less fearful life. But before we go, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Number 1. Put things into a wider perspective. It's very easy to fall into the trap of overthinking minor things in life. So when you're thinking about something, ask yourself this: will it matter in 5 years? Or in 5 weeks? Well, I have found that widening the perspective by using the simple question can quickly snap me out of overthinking and help me to let go of that situation. It allows me to finally stop thinking about something and to focus my time and energy on something else, something that actually matters to me. Number 2. Set short time limits for decisions. If you do not have a time limit for when you must make a decision and take action, then you can just keep turning your thoughts around and around and view them from all angles in your mind for a very long time. So learn to become better at making decisions and to spring into action by setting deadlines in your daily life, no matter if it's a small or a bigger decision. Number 3. Stop setting your day up for stress and overthinking. You can't totally avoid overwhelming or very stressful days, but you can minimize the number of them in your month and year by getting a good start to your day and by not setting yourself up for unnecessary stress, overthinking, and suffering. Number 4. Become a person of action. When you know how to get started with taking action consistently each day, then you'll procrastinate less by overthinking. Setting deadlines and a good tone for the day are 2 things that have helped me to become much more of a person of action. Taking small steps forward and only focusing on getting one small step done at a time is another habit that have worked so well for me. It works well because you do not feel overwhelmed, and so you do not want to flee into procrastination or lazy inaction. And even though you may be afraid, taking just a step is just a small thing that you do not get paralyzed in fear. Number 5. Realize that you cannot control everything. Trying to think things through 50 times can be a way to try to control everything, to cover every eventuality so you do not risk making a mistake, fail, or looking like a fool. But those things are a part of living a life where you truly stretch your comfort zone. Everyone you may admire and have lived a life that inspires you has failed. They have all made mistakes, but in most cases, they've also seen these things as valuable feedback to learn from. Those things that may look negative have taught them a lot and have been invaluable to help them to grow. So stop trying to control everything. Trying to do so simply doesn't work because no one can see all possible scenarios in advance. This is of course easier said than done, so do it all in small steps if you like. Number 6. Say stop in a situation where you know you cannot think straight. Sometimes when I'm hungry or when I'm lying in bed and are about to go to sleep, negative thoughts start buzzing around in my mind. In the past, they could do quite a bit of damage. Nowadays, I've become good at catching them quickly and to say to myself, no, we're not going to think about this now. I know that when I'm hungry or sleepy, then my mind sometimes tends to be vulnerable not to thinking clearly, and to negativity. So I follow up my no phrase, and I say to myself that I will think this situation or issue through when I know that my mind will work much better. Number 7. Do not get lost in vague fears. Another trap I've fallen into many times that have spurred on overthinking is that I've gotten lost in vague fears about a situation in my life. And so, my mind running wild has created disastrous scenarios about what could happen if I do something. So, I've learned to ask myself, honestly, what's the worst that could happen? And when I figured out the worst that could happen, then I can also spend a little time to think about what I can do if that pretty unlikely thing happens. Well, I have found that the worst that could realistically happen is usually something that is not as scary as I imagine. Finding clarity in this way usually only takes a few minutes and a bit of energy, and it can save you a lot of time and suffering. Number 8. Work out. This may sound a bit odd, but working out can really help with letting go of inner tensions and worries. It most often makes me feel more decisive, and when I was more of an overthinker, then it was often my first method of changing the headspace I was in to a more constructive one.